Some junk just got delivered here. Huh? Some big old piece of junk just got delivered. What is this?
You guys got 10 seconds, 5 seconds to guess what this is.
Ready? Well, we have to get this in the garage, so.
Yeah.
Gonna cut open all the wrapping. Well, if you guys done this before, you probably know that it's an engine.
Oh snap. Give him a peek.
Hey, why does it say Honda?
Huh?
Why does it say Honda on there?
Why does it say Honda?
Why is it red?
Why is it red? Why did I buy a Honda engine for my Toyota?
For your Toyota? You're just dropping bombs out here.
There it is. I know I don't really sound excited, but this is exciting. Don't you think?
Yeah,
What
for
do you-
the H6, yeah, it's pretty cool.
No.
No?
No.
What's it going in?
Didn't I just say it's going to my MR2?
You said Toyota. Anyways, yeah. Wait, did we talk about this much?
I didn't even talk about it yet. So this is the first time everyone is seeing it.
Well, I already knew, so. Interesting.
So for those of you guys that don't know, this is a K20A Type R. Comes out of a DC5 Integra or a Accord Euro R.
But they weren't available here, right?
Yeah, it was like overseas only, never available in the USA. So 220 horsepower, 8,500 RPM Redline,
Dang, 8,000
and it's all aluminum, so very lightweight. So
yeah, light. Okay. Anyways, that's going to the MR2. Dang. Wait, how much of these are around? Like, has
much?
anybody done this?
not in an AW11, not very many. But the SW20s, there's plenty of those around. But I mean, this car is just not really popular, unfortunately. I think it's a really cool car. It's alright. Let's get this thing off the pallet and into the garage.
Honda engine, man.
I never thought I'd have one of these. I've never even considered this. Clean.
Looks clean so far.
Think there's still oil in it?
Probably. They usually keep oil in there, right?
Yep, there's still oil.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing. So it doesn't like rust out from the inside or whatever. It's like I'm mowing the grass.
Yeah, here it will sit for 10 months.
Probably. It's still kind of sinking in. I have a Honda engine.
Right. It didn't bother me when I got a Toyota engine.
What you really need to think about, if it's a good engine, then get it. Doesn't matter where it's from.
Yes, I'm kind of moved on to that thinking.
Like, it doesn't matter if you mix and match stuff.
Except for LS.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Screw that.
Alan getting into his dream car. Look at him. Loves it. It's funny that that's my car. Anyways. Honda. I kind of always hated on a Honda. Not hate, but I had like this mentality about him being like kind of weak and not very interesting.
You know why? You know why that is? That we think that?
Why?
Because all the high school kids they bought the cheapest models, right? And then you put fart cans on it, and they were like the slowest things ever, and it sounded so bad. And you know, they do.
Anyways, I always had like this kind of thought of Hondas being that, you know, cool, but whatever.
We're just looking at the wrong scene.
Fast forward like 10 years, Hondas are okay. I still can't really get over it, but there's some nice ones, and this is definitely not an engine that you can just talk crap about. For a 4-cylinder?
You were saying
in the 4-cylinder world, it's like probably one of the best.
Alright, this versus your Z.
You trying to race a 40-year-old car?
It's still a 2.8 liter.
It's 40 years old. It's
okay.
It's in the era of low compression, emissions, and all that.
Okay, build it up. Make it have 400 wheel horsepower, whatever, right?
400 horsepower NA.
It's possible, right? Just stroke it.
I mean, it's more than that, but yeah.
Okay, do that, and then we'll put it up against this.
You trying to prove that K20 stock can keep up with a built LC? That's what you're trying to prove?
You just said that's a 4-year-old engine.
Yeah. As is, it's still impressive to me. But anyways, what is this? It's a K20 out of a Type R? Something?
This is a K20A out of a Honda Accord Euro R, which is also known as the Acura TSX here in the USA. It's the same body style.
But they didn't get this.
But we didn't get this engine. I think the US cars got the K24, so the 2.4 liter. So...
Yeah, so this was never in the US, right? This is a...
Never in the US.
Okay.
Not this specific one. But there is a K20A2, which is pretty close to what this is.
And then the SI Civic?
That's out of like an RSX, I think. Oh. RSX and a TSX Type S. But those are it's like the same, almost identical engines.
So that's the closest thing you can get in the US to this.
And that one makes 200 horsepower, whereas this one makes 220 horsepower. Of course, you can build a K20A2 to be just like this, but I didn't really want to do that, I guess. I just want to leave it stock and throw it in a car, and then go from there. Eventually, I do want ITBs for this car.
ITBs? Did it make that? Of course they make that.
Of course they make it.
They got all the support for this thing, huh?
So, let's see.
We're missing matching parts now, huh? You got the Honda engine into your Toyota, and I got the Toyota engine into the Nissan. What's going on?
Like I was saying, you take the best of the best, put them together, and then you have the best.
Yes, I've gone past of thinking, you know, it's a stupid Toyota engine, or I've gotten past that.
Who cares?
I'm like, if it's good, I like it.
If it gaps people, that's all that matters.
How much stuff needs to be changed to fit into an MR2?
Nothing really.
So you leave this alone, just get mounts?
So, I have the mounts already. And I have the tranny already, which is right here. I'm actually using an E153 limited slip. And then I'm going to use the Hux Racing Cannibal kit, and that merges the two together, makes it a plug and play situation. So mounting it is already like figured out. Yeah, that's figured out already.
So what about wiring?
The harness.
You have to merge stuff?
Yeah. So I got to take this harness and then my stock AW11 harness, which is over there, and then put the two together. But I'm also probably going to have Hux Racing do that. I don't trust myself with wiring at all.
Okay, so that's figured out, I guess. Just have to ship it out.
Yeah. And then intake, that's, you know, easy.
How about exhaust?
Exhaust?
So this would be the back of the car, right?
Yeah. So the engine's going to sit like this. This is towards the back, and the intake is towards the front. So it's going to sit like this. This exhaust actually clears the firewall just fine, from the pictures I've seen at least. But I'm going to buy like a different manifold.
Turbo manifold? Okay.
No, no turbo. Something more higher performance than a stock piece.
Well, you already said it makes 200 something horsepower.
But it can be more.
Okay, so
then,
as this would fit, I guess.
So the header basically looks like this, right? But it's like one piece. And then from there, we're gonna have to fabricate an exhaust, which I might be buying a welder this winter.
Whoa.
I may have to learn how to weld.
Learn how to just fuse two metals together.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be good, right?
If it works, great. Still, I mean, this is definitely a skill I want to have, so I'm not going to learn by not doing it, right?
Dang, makes too much sense. Oh, this is a mechanical throttle body?
Yep, and that's also why I got this one. Because I was looking at K24s, and those are drive-by-wire.
It's kind of where you have to get a pedal, huh?
You can convert it, but you would have to like change the intakes, I think.
Really?
What is this? This is an RBC intake, I think. So it's like straight runners, but this is more for higher PM power. Whereas the K24, it has longer runners, which means more torque. So if I were to put this on a 2.4 liter, I would lose the torque from the 2.4 liter, and that would kind of defeat the purpose of it, I guess. So hopefully that made sense.
Somebody will rewind that a few times.
I get it in my head, but these are the heater hoses. Those are easy to hook up.
So it'll have heat.
Yeah.
Street car.
Um,
Not running AC, right?
I guess that's pretty much it.
I mean, pretty simple engine.
It should be a pretty simple swap.
Okay, so this is a pretty uncommon swap for MR2s, the
Yeah.
older generation. The second gen is pretty.
The second gen,
It's done more like.
yeah, they're so much more popular than an
Yeah.
AW11, so
People
there's
do that
much
more
more
often.
There's much more swaps for those cars.
Okay, so you have the first gen MR2, which people don't really know about.
hmm
And what do people usually do with those?
So usually people do nothing to them.
Okay.
Okay, besides that, as far as engine swaps go, I guess the first thing would be a 20 valve 4AGE. That's like the easiest swap you can do to the car because it bolts right up and everything just works. Because, you know, it's still the 4AG, right?
Okay. Why didn't you do that?
Because you have one.
That's it? Dang, it's sick.
No, I like the engine, but they cost just as much as this.
Dang.
So
You're paying for the culture, man.
4G 20 valves, they're a great engine. They make, 150 horsepower, have individual throttle bodies from the factory, which is super cool. No one else does that.
That's what I got on my Corolla, by the way.
Yeah, and it does sound good. But
But they cost the same, and it's not as powerful as this, huh?
they cost the same. It's not as powerful. It's a little bit heavier.
Thing is heavier? Oh, it's iron block, huh?
Yeah, and I guess it's been done a lot. Not saying it's a bad thing to do. It's just I wanted to try something different.
Okay.
The second engine swap a lot of people do, or the most common, is a 3S GTE. So that's, I actually had one of those before. I had a Gen 4 AW11, and that car was stupid. It was so fast. 0 to 60 in like 4.4 seconds.
Like
Crazy.
it.
It was crazy.
This is the best car you ever done.
But I actually traded that car for my black Skyline that I have right now.
Hold on. Explain what the engine is you had in your car.
So the Gen 4 3S GTE comes in a Toyota Caldina. That's a JDM station wagon. Makes like 250 horsepower, 2-liter turbo. And
It's a 4-cylinder.
yeah, 4-cylinder. And they're cheap. They make good power. There's plenty of parts.
So you had that and an MR2.
Yeah, I had
before.
one of those. But then I felt like it was pretty scary to drive. But I mean, I didn't hate it. I only got rid of the car because I wanted a bigger car, and that's why I got the Skyline. It's kind of a weird reason, right?
I don't know. It's not really a bigger car. I mean, I guess it is, but
I mean, it's got a trunk, it's got back seats,
people usually don't consider a Skyline a bigger car.
and it had AC.
Okay.
And then the next swap would be a V6 engine. Now the V6, there's a couple different versions. We got the 1MZ, the 3VZ. The first one's a 3 liter, second one's a 3.3 liter. You can get those for pretty cheap, but I just don't like those engines. Those are like in Camrys. But I hate the way the engine is designed. It's kind of hard to work on, kind of annoying. So, and there's like vacuum lines everywhere. So that's why.
So that's the old like
yeah,
90s V6.
Yeah, from the 90s Toyotas. Then I think finally the last,
like the most recent like discovery, I guess.
Yeah, this last swap that I was really thinking about is a 2GR FE, and that's a 3.5 liter V6.
So that's from like newer Camrys.
Yeah, those come in like
newer RAV4s.
Camrys, Highlanders, RAV4s, Siennas.
Those are like late 2000s.
Yeah, and those are great engines.
Yeah, 3.5 V6.
I think they make like 300 wheel horsepower stock. There's parts everywhere. It's good on gas, and it's also all aluminum, so very lightweight. And there was a guy on our Facebook page, and he did that swap into his AW11. But when I looked at it, it was so crammed in there. Like you would have to drop the engine just to change out the alternator. That's too much work.
Well, hopefully you won't have to do that once, right?
I mean, yeah, but when the need arises and you have to do that, you're just like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Anyways, so here comes along this engine.
Yeah, and then I guess this is.
Well, how new is this? Like, when did people start doing this?
This has also been done. I think it really started blowing up when I think it was like a green MR2 SW20, and it like beat everything on the track on the drag strip. I think it was like 700 horsepower turbo, and it beat everything.
Well, for me, K20s kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean,
like all of a sudden, people started putting turbos on them, and then
I slowly saw it building up. Like, you know, they put it in like Honda Civics and stuff. They turboed it, and then eventually just made its way to MR2s. Because, you know, they have the same front-wheel drive layout, except the MR2 is just in the back, which means more grip, so you can launch harder. Yeah, I think Honda guys just got their hands on MR2s, and then you had this engine laying around, and then you just kind of put the two together, and then now it's just like some beast. So
okay, so 220 horsepower in the MR2, which is around what 2,000?
Yeah.
What 400 pounds, 300 pounds?
So my thought process was the E153 is kind of a heavy transmission, so I didn't really want to put a 3S GTE to it, and that would make it even heavier and kind of upset the balance. So I thought, what if I got the E153 and then the lighter all aluminum K20, and then that should kind of like balance it out and keep the weight the same as a 16 valve 4AG with the 5-speed.
So this new setup should weigh the same as how it came.
I think it should be really close to the same weight. I didn't actually weigh anything, but
this guy just...
That's just what I was thinking.
Just thinking, making stuff up. Okay. We'll see.
I guess I can look at the specs on Google or whatever. Oh. I already sold my old engine and transmission.
Yeah, the 4AG is gone.
It's gone already. I sold it in like 2 days, posting it.
Hey, we were 4AG bros. Now he's gone away.
It's still the same spirit. High revving NA 4-cylinder. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be my track car. / summer daily, I guess. Man, I can't wait to get this thing in there. I drove, like, you know, some RSXs, and it felt pretty good in that car.
But those are like heavier.
But yeah, it's heavy car. Heavier. I don't know how much you weigh, but it's heavier than an MR2. So now I'm just thinking, this engine in an MR2.
Okay, so this MR2 kind of came out of nowhere. Hope you guys are excited. This is going to be a longer process because you're not ready yet, I guess.
Yeah, I stumbled upon a really good deal on this engine, and I had to buy it now.
So you just got the engine first before everything else is ready.
Yeah.
But it'll be done. It'll be done soon, ish.
It should be done this winter, or maybe, I don't know, a couple months.
But yeah.
I will be dedicating all of my time to this. So, let me know what you guys think. I know there's some purists out there who don't really like the mix and matching engines with chassis and stuff. But you can't argue with the performance. So, I'll see you guys later.